What's going on, everyone? So, something that this upcoming Legacy sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer has that even the original, you can argue, didn't really have is the mystery of the Hookman, right? Now, obviously, the classic I Know What You Did Last Summer was a bit of a mystery, right? Like, you had the incident with, Ben Willis, and they tried to kind of have this like who done it element to it, and is it Ray? And oh no, it is Ray at the end. But I mean, if you really followed that movie, if you really like paid close attention, and I know that they tried to like misdirect and stuff, but you kind of knew what the idea was, that like they thought that they killed this guy, they didn't really kill this guy, and he's come back to take them out one by one, right? I don't think it was this like, Scream 96 type where it was like, it was this real mystery and misdirection. It wasn't one killer, it was two type thing, right? Like, I thought, obviously, again, I Know What You Did Last Summer was a spin-off craze, or part of the spin-off craze of Scream, right? Scream came out, had all this success, and then you started just getting flooded with all these slasher films. Know What You Did Last Summer, urban legends, like things like that, right? And Kevin Williamson being attached to this, all of it, right? Like, so again, you had this idea of like, we have to do a who done it slasher, and I just felt personally, and maybe others feel differently, but I felt like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, the classic I Know What You Did Last Summer, just you kind of knew what the deal was, right? Yeah, they kind of tried to misdirect, and yeah, you kind of were like, maybe it's not. But I think, the reveal at the end, it was like, okay, that's yeah, we all. Now, the I Still Know What You Did Last Summer had a little bit better of a mystery twist, right? You had, obviously, Ben's son, get it, Ben's son, right? You obviously had Will that was a part of it, and he turned out to be Ben Willis's son, and it was this kind of like nice little play with the name and stuff, and that was a little bit better of a mystery. But even then, it kind of felt like, a little predictable. Kind of felt like, you kind of see this coming. Like, this guy seems almost too perfect at times, and like he's pursuing Jules a little hard, even though she has Ray and all this stuff, right? And kind of trying to play it off and stuff. And then you kind of felt like, okay, it's still Ben Willis. Also, there are like shots in both films where like you can clearly see who it is, right? Like, that was something that's always been funny, is that like there are like shots where like if you're paying close attention, you can like see the face, right? So it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, it's only so many people it could be, right? But with this new upcoming Legacy sequel, I do think that there is more mystery now than there's ever been before, right? Unless the son magically survived, or Ben Willis at 80 years old decides to pick up the hook again and go after them, and he's probably dead as well. There is now this sense of mystery, and I personally think that the new Legacy sequel should really capitalize and take advantage of that. That you have an opportunity of a legit who done it without there being this like concept where it's like, it's probably going to be that, maybe they throw a wrench into it, but it's probably going to be the guy that they hit type thing, right? Like, I really do think that this has the opportunity to be the closest to a classic Scream movie that you're going to get with this slasher, right? With this Hookman killer, right? Because it could be anybody. It could be a family member of, Ben Willis, and or it could be, a copycat, or it could be, one of Jewel and Ray's friends that, just want to be a part. Maybe they bring, somebody back from the past that, all of a sudden is the, like, there's so many different ways and directions, and they could do the anniversary route, and and that's what this is. That it's the 30th anniversary or whatever of the classic Hookman and whatnot, right? Like, there's a lot of ways that I really do think that you can approach this and kind of play that mystery, and have the red herrings and have the misdirections, and have us go on this journey trying to figure out who is the killer. Is it just one copycat, or is it several, right? Like, what if it is two hookmen this time, right? Or a hookman and a hookwoman, right? Like, what if it's several? Like, what if it's like this group of fishermen that want to, like, are upset about whatever, like a new ordinance or something. Like, there's the mystery is what I think is so appealing and exciting and great about this upcoming third installment. I know that there's another film, but let's not talk about that, right? We don't talk about Bruno. But no, in all seriousness, I really do like this feeling of, like, what's to come. What's around the corner with this legacy sequel, right? Is it somebody close to the Julian Ray, right? Is it somebody, that is not? Is it somebody that's just, like, Julian Ray are simply the targets just because they were the original, right? Somebody's trying to replicate or, remind everybody of the Hookman, right? Like, now, you could almost do what the third installment did, but just, like, without, like, the ghost element of it and stuff, like, and it got getting kind of carried away. Like, I like the idea of this kind of, copycat. Keep it straightforward, keep it simple, right? You don't have to get all crazy with it and stuff. Tell a nice story, have some misdirection, lead us down a path over here that, is going to loop her back around, but no, hey, it's like, oh, this is clearly the path we're on. And then you have the big reveal at the end. It's surprising, it's shocking, and we're all just like, whoa, like, no way, like, that was great, right? Like, I think that there is this opportunity that you've never really had, in my opinion, with this franchise, right? Again, I really think that even the first one, right? They said they tried to kind of make you believe that, like, oh, it was Ray, or blanking on the character name, but the guy from Big Bang Theory, right? Like, oh, it's him, right? Like, all of those things. Like, I think we've always known, like, you always knew, like, okay, no, it's the guy that they hit, or they tried to make it that one girl's brother, right? That was trying to, go on the cliff, right? Sorry, it's YouTube. Got to be careful how I say this, but like, I think that you can really put yourself in a position to tell a unique story here that really takes us by surprise, sprinkles in a little whodunit, right? Even if it is a little predictable, right? Like, at least there is this sense of, unless they do something where, like, they kind of replicate and they hit somebody again or something like that, right? Then it's kind of like, oh, here we go again, right? Deja vu type thing. But I do think, like, because, again, if you've seen enough slashers, seen enough horrors, you can kind of, through process of elimination, kind of narrow it down at least, or kind of figure it out, which is fine. But that's also the fun of it, like, narrowing it down. Who's the killer? What character is it? Like, is it this person? Is it the friend? Is it the butler in the kitchen with a candlestick, right? Like, I really do think that they need to take advantage of the opportunity and situation that they're in, and give us that real mystery of a film. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think, like, yeah, this is a real opportunity here to really add a level and layer of mystery that we just never really gotten with I Know What You Did Last Summer? Did the original kind of take you by surprise, or did you kind of expect, like, oh yeah, it was clearly the guy that they hit? At any point, did you think it was anyone else? Like, what would you like to see? Do you think that, like, no, keep it straightforward, keep it not too crazy? Or do you want, like, kind of this, like, web of, like, hey, is it this guy? Is it that guy? Is it this person? That person? Would you like multiple killers? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.